All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining the She is Hope LA She is series webinar class with the lovely, the amazing speaker and transformational life coach, Rajika Mahan. She's going to talk about how to manage burnout. I think all of us could use that at this point. So Rajika, please go ahead and fill us in about your
Oh,
background and share
yeah,
what you do.
for sure. Well, hello, everyone. And again, it's my absolute pleasure of being here. And thank you so much to Tisha for really, I love her mission. I love She's Hope LA and just empowering women to really step into our power and just, be the best version that we can for ourselves. So I'm going to share my screen.
And while you're sharing, I want to say thank you for being such a great supporter. I need to
Oh,
actually, do you have like a logo that you can send me? Because you're technically like a sponsor here. We should be putting it on there more. So
oh,
send me something later. All right.
okay, I will. I will for sure, for sure, for sure. Okay, can you all see my PowerPoint? Okay, awesome.
That's me, but my desk is a lot messier.
Okay, this was like a cleanup version of the desk, your desk. Okay, so burnout, and I know I see one amazing lady who is driving. So everybody else, what I'd love for us to do is let's close our eyes and let's just take some deep breaths and reset our day, because I know everybody's been going. So go ahead and get comfortable in your chair and go ahead and close your eyes. And let's take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth like you're blowing through a straw. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And this really helps us to reset our nervous system from fight or flight and sending a signal to our nervous system that we are safe, there's nothing chasing us down, and resetting our energy. So let's take another deep breath in and out through the mouth. I'd like for you to bring your awareness to this amazing day. We all got up this morning. We woke up this morning. Giving thanks to the beautiful day that we have with our loved ones, with our kids, with our community. And really acknowledging that part of us that we are luminous light beings having a human experience. We are connected to one source, the universe, God, spirit. And that is always guiding us. That is always helping us, sending us signals to live from our fullest potential. Let's take another deep breath in and out. And when you're ready, you can come back to the room. And I would love for you to put in the chat one thing you're grateful for and one thing you're proud of. Sorry, I'm just putting on my air because it's like 100 degrees in DC. One thing you are proud of and one thing you're grateful for as we really shift into this and give thanks for everything that we have. So go ahead and put it in the chat. Grateful for my good health. Oh, nice. Awesome. Yay, Pamela. Grateful for being able to give back to the community and single. Oh, yes. Oh, thank you. Yes, I'm proud of my kids. Yes, yes. So go ahead and put this in. And the reason we put this in, being grateful again is a place of where as we are grateful for the small things in life, and it could be our cup of coffee, our warm bed, it could be our kids. It's really, helping and sending a signal to the universe saying we would love more of this. So that's why, it's so important for us to remember and just give thanks. Okay, so again, my name is Rajika Mahan. I am the CEO and founder of Rajika Mahan Life Coaching. I'm a certified Life Mastery Institute, a Life Mastery consultant with the Brave Thinking Institute. I am a Reiki practitioner. I'm a published co-author. I have presented at Mass General Brigham and at local communities in my vicinity in Virginia. And today, the objective is really to identify the symptoms of burnout. All of us as moms, as entrepreneurs, as maybe we have a job that we're always trying to navigate through the balance of life, right? So we want to also identify the ways it can affect us if we're really not taking steps that are supporting us to manage the burnout, and discover and design a deepen your true dream into a clear blueprint, and create an inspired action plan. So as I kind of put that up there, I know Alex is driving, but everybody else, I would love for you to maybe take out a notepad or some paper, because we are going to be doing some journaling. So have something that you can take notes on. Okay. So my promise is, yes, perfect, Tisha. My promise is I'm going to give you everything I can in the hour that we have together. And some of you might want to integrate this and take it deeper into and integrate it to your life. And for you all, I have a special gift at the end. So what is burnout? By the World Health Organization, the burnout, what it is defined as physical or mental collapse caused by overwork or stress. The stress levels that are so high right now, right? Maybe it is where you are. I know everybody in the DMV area, in the Washington area, stress levels are so high, right? We're trying to manage our health. We're trying to manage our work. We're trying to manage being mom or dad. We're trying to manage, friendships, all of that. And that all of those components add an extra level of stress. What are some characteristics of burnout, right? And this is by the World Health Organization. Feeling of energy depletion, exhaustion, increased mental distance from one's job, or feeling of negativism related to one's job, reduced professional efficacy. And one of the major reasons of burnout can be lack of work-life balance, right? We're trying to do, and putting other parts of our lives on the back burner and saying, one day I will do it. One day I'm going to get and address the other areas of our life. Signs of burnout is fatigue, feeling just dissatisfied with your work, headaches, little patience with others, right? Not interested in activities such as social outings, activities outside of work, right? You just want to kind of, as I'm kind of sharing this, is almost a feeling of, let me just survive this one day. We're just on the survival mode of saying, okay, one day. And that just adds so much. It adds a level of stress that our bodies are going through, and the impact that it makes, perhaps not now, but the cumulative effect of the stress starts impacting our health, starts impacting our sleep, starts impacting how we are with our family, just even if we are present. And we really want to start noticing that and saying, what is it that I can change, or what are the small steps I can take? So this was another survey done about the burnt out, a survey that was done by Deloitte. And they were talking about the biggest driver of employment burnout is 31% don't see lack of support. 30%, have unrealistic deadlines, and 29% are consistently working long hours or even on weekends. And I can tell you, I have two girls who are out of the home, are working, and I see this perpetually with them. They're working long hours, they feel burnt out, they're exhausted, and sometimes they're also working on the weekends, which is impacting their health, impacting their mood, impacting, that they don't feel like doing anything. And again, cumulatively, it starts making a dent in the quality of life that we're living. How do employers deal with it, right? 51% talk to their friends and family. It's 50% sleep or take personal time off. 44%, and then exercise, and 30% is meditate or pray. Companies who are not offering what employees value most is 69% of professionals feel their employer does not do enough to minimize burnout. And I think in this time right now, we are under pressure of perform, and so many of us are putting our work ahead of our health and relationships and really honoring our time off. So really, why am I sharing all this? It's kind of more stats. I know some people like to look at stats, so I'm sharing it from that perspective, and some more stats. So life is always giving us two growth signals. One is longing, the yearning to create something we haven't done up until now, and the discontent or the lack of fulfillment or unhappiness with current circumstances and conditions. And when these longing and discontent signals are coming up, this is signs that life is sending you, saying, start paying attention to the longing and discontent, because there's a reason it's coming up. And I can tell you, if we're not paying attention to the longing and discontent, what happens is it symptomizes an unlived life, meaning it starts affecting, again, our sleep, our behavior with how we are with our friends and family. It starts affecting us in our mood. Maybe it creates maybe some depression or anxiety. So it's really important to honor our longing and discontent, and saying, there's a reason these are coming up. There's a reason I'm feeling this unhappiness or unfulfillment, and what is going on. Start getting curious with it. Don't ignore it. So the tool number one is we want to honor our longing and discontent. So we're going to do an assessment, and we have 4 areas that I take you through. One is health. Number 2 is relationships. Number 3 is work. And number 4 is time and money freedom. So the first area we want to go through and take an assessment is the health and well-being, because I feel health is everything. If we don't have our health, we're not able to do a whole lot. We're not able to go to work. We're not able to spend time with our kids. We're not able to do all the fun things we would love to do. And so let's look at and take an assessment on the health area. Maybe you're a person who feels stuck in your ability to transform your health. Maybe you're a person who might be longing for more flexibility or freedom of movement. Maybe you've told yourself, only if I could lose weight, get more fit, and sustain the long-term results, then, it would get better. On a scale of 1 to 5, how satisfied are you with your current health results? 1 being not satisfied, and 5 being very satisfied. So go ahead and put a number down for your health and well-being. I know Alex is driving, so we're not asking you to do this. Number 2 is love and relationships. Oh, 1, she said 1. Okay. Is there longing in your life in regards to your relationship, right? Are you currently in a relationship that you would love to deepen and have more fun and intimacy, more caring? Are you longing to deepen your relationship with your children or your friends, maybe perhaps parents? Do you long to bring somebody into your life, maybe a companion, a spouse, a partner? On a scale of 1 to 5, how satisfied are you with your current relationship results? 1 being not satisfied and 5 being very satisfied. Okay, go ahead and put a number down for yourself. And I want to kind of, I think I skipped a little bit, but why am I asking you to assess each area of your life? Because really, you are just not work, work is just not is the only component. We want to look at all areas of your life because each area impacts your work. And we're not just, we're not just work human beings, right? We are whole spectrum, right? We look at all areas of our lives. So that's why I'm asking you to look at all areas of your life and saying, where are you finding that longing and discontent? Where is that gap that you might have right now? Vocation or career, maybe you feel stuck in your job that you don't like. Maybe you like your work, but you have too many hours and you want more time and money freedom. Maybe you are a person who doesn't look forward to going to work. Like maybe you're checking your soul every time you open your computer, or you're going into an office and you're dreading to go there. On a scale of 1 to 5, how satisfied are you with your current vocation or career results? Time and money freedom. I apologize. It just started pouring in Virginia. I don't know if you can hear it, but when you look over the last few years of your life, your income has remained about the same or slightly increased. And you would love more financial freedom. Maybe you're a person who doesn't have the money freedom to do the things you really want to do and contribute and really, support organizations. On a scale of 1 to 5, how satisfied are you with your time and money freedom? Okay. So does everybody have their the numbers for each area? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I'd like for you to circle the lowest score that you got. Maybe it is health, or maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it is work that you're going into. How long has this been? Has it been, a year, 5 years, 10 years? Really look at this area and answer this. How long has it been? And what is it costing you? Or another way of saying is, what is the impact it's making on your life or in your life? If nothing changes and we have this seminar again in a year, what impact is it going to make to your life if you do not change it? Because we are going to create results. We're creating results consciously or unconsciously. We don't get not to create. So how long has it been, and what is the impact it's making in your life if you do not change these results? And answer these questions, and really from a place of not from a place of judgment or blame or saying right or wrong, but just saying, this is what I've created. It's been such a long time, and being honest with yourself. What is it costing me if I don't make this change? Okay. Okay. So getting into tool number 2 is designing a vision. So pick the area that you had the lowest score. And what we're going to do is we're going to write a mini vision of what would it look like if this area was working the way you would like it to work. If you could create different results in your life, what would you like this area to look like? Okay. So designing a vision is tool number 2. And I'd like for you to write this question down. What would you love? What would you love in this area of your health? What would you love in the area of your relationship or your work or the time that you have? Okay. And I'm going to give you some design tips before we get into the journaling exercise. I want you to notice your longing and discontent. Sorry. And we're going to do 2 minutes. And I'd like for you to write as much as you can in detail. Maybe it is your health. Maybe you scored a 1 on your health. And you could write, I am so happy and grateful now that I have vibrant health. I wake up with energy and more flexibility. I'm able to run after my kids and spend time with my loved ones. I'm eating nutritious food that is supporting my body, supporting my health. I have, more mental acuity and focus during the day. So describing it in detail, keeping it positive, write what you would love, not what you would not love, right? Not saying, not a negative, right? So not saying, I want to lose X number of pounds. So because if we're putting any, I want to lose, the brain is already thinking there's something wrong. So we want to, we could say I am at my ideal weight of X, and keeping it in the present. And there are reasons why we do this, because we want to honor our longing and discontent, describe it in detail, because our mind thinks in pictures, right? Our mind thinks in, when we're describing it, we can really see ourselves in this vision. Keeping it positive, because if we are going into all the things we don't want, our subconscious mind is going to attract more of that. So we want to write it in the positive, and we want to write it in the present. Okay. So before we go into the journaling exercise, you have any questions, any clarifications that I can answer? Nope. Okay. I don't see any questions in the chat. So I'd like for you to, in your journal, let's journal for 2 minutes, the area where you scored the lowest, honor your longing and discontent, and just write for 2 minutes. What is it that you would love in this area of your life? Okay. I think I had music, but I guess it's not working. Okay. Sorry.
Want me to sing for you?
Sure.
No, you don't want.
Why not? Okay. I will start the timer. Okay. You have about 30 seconds. Okay, you could go ahead and do TBC, to be continued. Caregiver to my parents with health issues. So Scott, that's a good question. How do I approach this exercise if I'm a part-time caregiver to my parents with health issues? Yeah, it could be that, is it possible for you to schedule on your calendar that you can take maybe half an hour to exercise or do some activity. So my question is, you said you're a part-time caregiver to your parents with health issues. Are there other times during the day that you're able to devote to taking, maybe it's half an hour 3 times a week that you're able to start exercising?
I live at home with my parents. My dad has Alzheimer's, and while I'm being a part-time caregiver for them, I'm also working full-time from home.
Okay.
You're really a full-time caregiver too, I think.
Yeah. It sounds more like you're a full-time caregiver.
Well, my mom's here and does a lot, but
yeah. And so Scott, that is, but here's my question. I kind of put the how on hold, but my invitation for you is, if you were able to do the exercise, or you were able to create some movement in your day, what would that be? What would that be for you?
And I don't think he means like exercising, because I know he gets that. I think he means how does he do, like, how does he break down all of these areas, I think is what his question was. Am I right?
Oh, how do I, tell me. So maybe I didn't understand then. I apologize.
my dad has Alzheimer's,
Yeah.
and obviously it's a disease that progresses negatively over time.
Yes.
My mom has arthritis and shingles issues.
Mm-hmm.
So physically she's limited. Mentally and emotionally, my dad's limited. And I live here, and I basically monitor them all the time while working a job Monday through Friday, where I put in 40 to 45 hours a week.
Okay.
I go out on occasion when my mom is feeling up to it, that she can handle things at home, but that's sporadic based on how my mom and my dad are feeling on a particular day.
Mm-hmm. So what area is the one that is the one that you scored the lowest on?
My parents not being healthy.
Okay, so your parents not being healthy, but from the 4 quadrants, is it that you're feeling the discontent in your exercise? In your movement, in your health, in discontent in your relationships? So out of the 4 quadrants, where is that you are perhaps finding the discontent or the dissatisfaction?
I'm not really sure that my situation fits into one of those 4 quadrants, I guess. My emotional health is not good, and there's nothing that I can do about it.
I would say probably similar. I'm going to guess it's a couple of quadrants that are lower scored, like me, so I think it impacts every facet of your life, would be my guess, and how do you go about improving it?
Yeah.
But
and again, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was going to say there are other people on this that want you to continue, and I don't want to monopolize the time. So,
Okay. Yeah, and I think maybe it would be a separate conversation, because it probably more information and really getting understanding more. Yeah.
okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay. So tool number 3 is this is something that I help my clients do. Is you've identified the area where you're feeling belonging and discontent. You've created a vision of what is it that you would love if you had an option, it could go the way that you would love. If you wanted, you could create that. You want to start asking the question, what step can I take this week to get closer to my vision? Or what step can I take this week to maybe it is a relationship, to have a conversation with my partner. So because what happens is you've identified the area, you've created kind of a mini vision of what is it that you would love. The next step is we want to start taking action on what is one step you can take. So you ask yourself this question, what step can I take this week? I know with Tisha, I was talking to her earlier, was her health. So, she could ask herself this question, what step can I take this week to get maybe, a movement in my day, or maybe hydration in my day? Or so you can because here's the thing, for all of us at a level of fact, yes, we are busy, we have multiple roles that we are filling, we are trying to do our very best. But my invitation for you is to really ask yourself, what can I do? Maybe it is a 15-minute chunk. What step can I take in 15 minutes to, step towards the life that I would love, right? In that quadrant. Because there is absolutely a step you can take. So really ask yourself a question. Maybe it is a 15-minute block and you're like, okay, what step can I take? Maybe I know Tisha is a real estate agent. Maybe it is your vocation or career. What step can I take in 15 minutes? Maybe it is getting on, making 5 phone calls, or maybe making 1 phone call, right? Or, it is, maybe I am going to call, some old prospects that I had spoken to. Because there's always a step available to each and every one of us. And really, I'm not saying discount the circumstance or challenges that you have, but if we want to create a new result, we want to shift from not putting our focus on the problem, but saying, okay, what step is available for me? Does that make sense? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So really ask yourself, what step can I take today? What step can I take this week? And then the next piece is you want to start writing ideas down. Write all the ideas that come to your mind. Do not filter these ideas. Even if it's a crazy idea that comes to your mind, do not filter it. Right? Maybe your question is, how can I generate $1,000 more this month? Maybe an idea is like, I can work at Burger King. You write all the ideas. And and you look at it and you're like, no, I'm never going to work at Burger King. But write the ideas. The reason we want to write all the ideas down is because we want to move away from the being on the frequency of the problem, but really looking at the solution. Albert Einstein always says we can never solve the problem from the level that the problem has been created. So we want to shift our thinking into what is some possibility. So we want to write all the ideas, and then we want to sort the ideas on the ideas of what jumps out at you that would spark some like spark some electricity or some like excitement that you could take this step available to you. Okay. Number 3 is you want to select the ideas that are, again, that has some expansion to it, or idea that is going to move the needle. Even if it's a small baby step that will move the needle for you. Then you want to schedule it on your calendar. Your calendar is the most transformational tool that you can use. If you do not put it on your calendar, I will guarantee you the likelihood of it getting done is probably less than 5%. So we want to really schedule it on your calendar. If this is important to you, if this matters to you, you want to put it on your schedule. And then you want to serve it. Serve it with an energy that, yes, this idea or this activity is going to move me forward. It's not going to keep me on the same place where I have been. Okay. So ask yourself a question. List all the ideas down. Maybe put a timer for 5 minutes and just keep writing. Just keep writing. Select the ideas that are really expansive or that will move you even one baby step. Schedule it and then serve it. Okay.
The 5 S's I see.
The 5 S's, yes. Yes, the 5 S's. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So I want to leave you all with some tangible things that you can do for a thriving mindset. In the morning, write 10 things you're grateful for. Read your mini vision that you've created. Create a to-be list. Who would you love to be? We all have to-do list, but really shift into who would you want to be today? Maybe you would love to be, today I am patient, loving, and open. That's who you would love to be today. Okay. And what step can I take from where I am with what I have? What is one step you can take? Because there's a step available to each and every one of you. It's tapping into the possibility of what is available to me. Midday, take a pause. Notice your thoughts. Identify what you're grateful for. And what would I love to get done by the end of the day? Because the reason we want to do this and we want to keep putting an intention out there, because it provides focus for our mind. When we are more intentional of the day, that how we want to create the day, we are able to keep our focus on those intentions. In the evening, think through your day and identify 3 things you're grateful for. Identify your wins. A lot of us will go through the day and look at all the things we haven't done, but really acknowledging the part that we have done so many amazing things. Identifying your wins and reading your vision before bedtime. Okay.
I love this. I think that's good to focus on the positive, because especially after COVID, I think all of us have just been through the ringer.
Yes.
Everyone's cried. And I think, it's so easy to focus on the negative, but then it sucks you down that
Right.
hole, which is not good. And it's so funny because there was another speaker we had who was talking about like our making a portable vision board.
Yeah.
And I filled up every freaking square on both sides. She's like, what is that? I'm like, I have a lot to do. And so, but I am grateful for so many things. I do feel like, as we were talking earlier, I have a lot going on. I'm thankful for all of it, but I'm at that point where I'm at the breaking point and I feel it. So I'm finding better balance. My word for this year is delegate, so.
Yes.
Don't be afraid to
Absolutely.
ask for help, because I need to get to
Yes.
that next level. And I'm so
Yes.
thankful for all of you that are on here too, by the way. So
Oh,
Can
yes.
I chime in? I'm like you, Tisha. So I've got my life, and all these are different pillars, different businesses. I've got my wheel of all
Nice.
of the things. I'm in the core. It's just, but it's the paradigm, and it's we're rewiring. It sounds like you worked with Bob Proctor. I've worked with Bob Proctor, and the challenge for me, I think, is the truth, the reality that you don't really know what you believe until you're tested. And I'm in a season of being tested. And so a lot of this is just sort of leveling, and it's through repetition that we rewire and reprogram our mind. And so I love all this space of mind stuff. It's like the earlier caller, it's reality of life and the challenges, and if we can have little wins, like you were saying, I wholeheartedly agree that's something to build upon.
Yeah.
That's just my 5 cents for whatever it's worth.
Oh no, I love it, Alex. Yes, absolutely. We want to, it is the paradigms that keep us stuck, because our mind has a current set point that we're operating at. And the job of the paradigm, like you said, what is a paradigm? It's a set of beliefs and habits that we've created over time. And the job of the paradigm is to keep us stuck. It is for us to not get out of our current set point. And if it doesn't do that, then, how people would be doing so much more. They would be really tapping into their potential. But it is the fear, doubt, and worry and circumstance and challenges that we all are having to keep us in the set point of, okay, don't do this, right? Don't take the step. What if you fail? What if, you're rejected? But it is absolutely to reframe and rewire the way we think. It's 90% mindset, 10% is action and strategy.
I think it's also important to focus on the end game. Like people are like, how do you keep going? And I'm like, I see where I want to go. I see the vision very clearly. And that's what motivates me, as well as all these lovely ladies that I work with, my kids, their friends and family, all the people that are so important to me in my life. This just, I can't wait to take this all to the next level. I'm so excited.
100%, because it is, we start with highly successful people look at the end in mind, right? Are we going to have deviations? Are we going to be derailed? Are we going to get tested, like Alex was saying? Absolutely. But when we have that vision of where we want to go, we will find a way. And that's the difference between being committed or being interested, right? If we are committed to our vision, we are committed to the path, we will find a way.
Yeah. It's funny. I'm looking, Sina and Pamela have been with me from the beginning of this whole thing. Like when I was manifesting it, I've been here, 10 years now. Wow. And I met them both like right around in the beginning when I got here. And it's just been fun because we've all stayed in touch and support each other. And it's amazing. I love all of this.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And what you have created and what you continue to create is, I'm always in awe with it. So you're making such an impact. Yes, because that's your vision.
I love it. It makes me so happy.
Absolutely.
Thank you, that's so sweet.
You're welcome. Quick tips to calibrate your energy. If you are feeling that overwhelm or you are feeling that stress during the day, it's hit the pause button, take a breath, because remember, the breath resets your energy, resets your nervous system. Because when we are in fight or flight, or we are in the primitive brain where we are looking for, danger, we're not able to relax, and your nervous system is charged up. It's creating all those cortisols, right? And it's increased. So really resetting your nervous system, and then asking yourself a question. What step is available to me in the next 10 minutes that I can take?
It's so funny because I used to be like, ugh, with the breathing and all this other stuff. Right? And I used to do it. I used to try to do that to my kids if they were having a meltdown, and then they'd have meltdown more, and then I'd melt down, and whatever. But now we're at the point where it's like, I get it. I appreciate it. I have to remember to do it. That's my thing. You know what I mean? But every so often I do, like, you know, if I'm driving and everything is just like, everyone's just being crazy on the road, I'm like, okay, breathe. Do not do the road rage. But it is an important thing to remember. It's super basic, but it does work.
It does work. It is simple, but yet it's so easy that it is easy to forget, because when we're in that place of panic or just kind of like overwhelm, or things are just coming to us, it's again retraining our mind and just being rigorous with ourselves.
Can
in
I
a good
add
way.
phone a friend in there too? Because I think that's important to phone.
Oh yeah, we can definitely do a phone a friend. Absolutely. And downtime, there's brain studies that have been done that says that doing nothing to reduce the consciousness of brain activity. It is okay for us to have downtime. We don't need to go all the time. It is okay to have a little bit of white space on your calendar, because your brain,
I'm just kidding.
yes, I know, you're like, what is that concept, Tisha? I'm just kidding. But it is okay. And there's brain studies, because your brain needs a break. It needs just some downtime and saying, okay, I'm not doing anything. I'm going to unplug. I'm just going to do nothing. Maybe it is just, I'm going to sit outside on my porch and read, or maybe just go for a walk, maybe take a nap, allowing your brain to restore, make connections and insights, self-reflect, integrate thoughts, because it really helps with the brain functions. So my gift, as some of you, I had kind of promised a gift in the beginning. If this is something that you would love some deeper conversation around, if you would like to get some more clarity, some more questions on what is it, what steps can I take? I can support you with this. And it is a 1-hour vision breakthrough session where I'm going to support you 3 ways. Number 1, to help you gain clarity on what area that you might be struggling with. Help you understand how the subconscious mind works, and really help you to wrap some structure and mentorship around your vision of where you are to where you want to be. And if you would love this, it's a complimentary session. Go ahead and text me, and I'm happy to offer to each and every one of you. This is my gift back to She's Hope LA, and really supporting the community. Oh,
thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So with the end, whatever you can do or dream you can, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. Begin it, because you are more powerful than any circumstance, any situation, and any condition. It's definitely something that you're able to do. So thank you so much.
I'm going to post that one later.
Okay. Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely.
Oh,
So yes, I will stop share. Any questions, I'm happy to answer.
And I'll go ahead and stop recording too. So.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, go. If anyone has any questions, go for it. I do recommend just talking to her. I think it's good for everybody to talk and just get it out. And she's such a professional. She's worked with a couple of people that I know. And it's funny, there are people that I've known for a long time and thought I was doing some work on them. She did it so much faster because she's trained for this. So, so thank you for that. I was talking to a couple of, like the one today.
Thank you.
That's great. It's really, I see like how effective you are. It's impressive. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Cool.
Any questions, anything that I'm happy to answer? Or turn it back to Miss Tisha.
No questions, everybody? All right. Well, thank you for joining us, you guys. I know everyone's got crazy schedules, but it is important for us to take this time for ourselves. And I'm learning this, and I have a lot of room for improvement, but I'm getting there. But Rajika, thank you for sharing your expertise with us and taking the time. I know you're on the East Coast and it's getting a little late there. So I appreciate you doing this bonus session for us. And I appreciate your support. You are just lovely.
Oh, thank you. It's my honor. And I'm so happy that we met and continue to have these conversations. So thank you.
I'll see you next time I go to Washington, I promise.
Yes, definitely. We're going for dinner.
Yes, definitely. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Love you all.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. It
You
was
are
very
so
insightful.
welcome. Have a
you.
lovely evening, all of you. Take care.
You too.
Thanks.
Bye.
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 Bye-bye.
Bye.